Hi guys, what's going on? Lunar here, back with another brand new console mod video for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I haven't covered mods in a few days, so we have some to catch up on, but before we start, as always, let's build our character. The male Dunmer Battle Mage, I think we have enough info on him to finish the build. I decided not to do the backstory part of it because as a lot more work will have to go into it, and these builds are really only done in my spare time. And I feel like the backstory is not really a big part of the build, it's just something extra, and I didn't do one for my Jedi build, which was my last build, and nobody was really that bothered, so I will be working on that just when I have spare time, and I will release it whenever it's done, however long it takes. In the meantime, we can start our next build, so in the comments I will post a question, and in the order slightly different than I did last time, and we can start on a new type of build. Anyway, we have 5 cool mods to look at today, so let's jump into them. As White Walkers begin to stir, and the Night King rises from his slumber, adventurers will be tasked with removing fearsome creatures from the lands they've invaded, finding unique and terrifying treasures along the way. This first mod adds in some Halloween-themed things to WINDHELM. During the day, Halloween decorations cover the town, and at night, White Walkers invade the town, creating an epic Halloween-themed raid to the city of WINDHELM. The mod is still a work in progress, but it will be ready in time for Halloween. So a simple mod, I will cover this one in more detail in the future once it's finished, but for now, it's still a cool mod worth trying out. Our next mod is a simple but cool one called Skyrim for Arachnophobes. All the mod does is alter spiders in the game. It replaces big and small spiders, and any type of spider, to big and small foxes instead. The foxes, being foxes, you'd think that they would be friendly, but they will in fact attack you, so be careful. If you're an arachnophobe, then you could try out this mod and replace all the spiders in Skyrim. Next up, we have a mod that is an immersion mod of sorts that lets you find more types of skull in-game. You kill all kinds of creatures in Skyrim, so you should be able to find their bones, right? Well, this mod allows you to find the skulls of the following types of things in-game: Afflicted, Ancient Dawnguard Vampires, Argonian Vampires, Breton and Vampires as well, Dark Elves and Dark Elf Vampires, Elder and Elder Vampires, High Elves, Imperials, Khajiit, Nord, Orcs, Redguards, Wood Elves, and Snow Elves, along with all the vampire variants of those. If you're playing an assassin, there's also a bonus with the mod. You can now collect a unique skull for every NPC you're paid to assassinate. The skull has the name of the victim, and you have the option of adding a bloody handprint to each one. The unique skulls for the highest price kills are worth more, and you can get up to 1600 gold per skull that you give to the Dark Brotherhood. So overall, a cool mod. The next mod of today is called The Curse. The gods are in silence, the world of Skyrim is dying. Everything is dying. With the arrival of the dragons, a terrible curse came into the world. The population is suffering, animals are dead inside, plants are decaying, there is no salvation. The Curse is a complete overhaul to Skyrim, and here are some of the changes that this mod makes. Now this is a huge mod, and with the changes it would take an entire video to cover, but here are some examples so you get a feel for how the mod is. To life, well, health regeneration is now disabled, but either physical or magic damage is boosted when your health is low, depending on your race. And there's also a whole bunch of individual changes to specific races with the mod. Some creatures and animals become lethal beasts during the night now. For fatigue, each piece of light armor gives you a penalty of stamina, plus spells cost more magicka if you're using armor. Actions like attack and swim also cost stamina. For injuries, when you become injured, when your health is below 25%, you will do less damage, move slow, and regen less stamina and magicka. You are now affected by hunger and thirst. You have to eat and drink to maintain your strength. For difficulties, based on risk-reward system now, novice to expert, you and the enemy do 25% more damage. At master level, you and the enemies do 50% more damage, and at legendary, you and the enemies now do 100% more damage to each other. For level, some skills require more XP to level up now. For balance, some do require less, for example smithing. All the skills in game now start at 5 plus the race bonuses. For combat in game, enemies will block more and try to stagger if you hold your block. Some will try to flank you or cancel your attacks. The range of melee attacks was changed. Because of that, you can dodge an attack by moving away from it. The combat is fast, tactical, and brutal now. For perks, overhaul of all perks in the game. The level 100 perks are called specializations. These perks are powerful and provide various bonuses and new abilities, and you get one specialization per skill tree. For armor, light armor is weak against fire, heavy armor is weak against shock. Both provide low resistance against cold, and you move slower in combat if you use armor that is heavier. So guys, that's just some of the changes you get with the overhaul. I didn't even cover half of what is available, and so it's definitely an awesome mod, increases the difficulty, and makes it feel like the entire Skyrim now is cursed. Our final mod is the Playable Monster mod. This mod makes it so you can play as any monster in the game except for dragons. To start, simply buy the summoned chest of polymorph tombs spell from any court wizard, and the spell tombs are cheap, and when you use it, it will place a big chest full of all the spell books right in front of you. Pick whatever monster you'd like to turn into, and then you can activate the ability in the powers menu like you would any dragon shout or racial power. This will turn you into your chosen monster, complete with its vanilla health, magicka and stamina, as well as factions and abilities. When playing as a monster, you can attack using the monster's abilities, and they have been mapped to the controller. Attacks are used with the left and right sticks, power attacks with the attack button, and you even have idle moves as well by using the sneak button. Some monsters can even use shouts or magicka, which is pretty awesome. If you do become a monster in game, you will get 2 powers to go with it. One lets you transform back into a human, and the other allows you to change people's affinity towards you so they become friendly. After all, not everyone wants to be friends with a Draugr, they will usually just attack you on sight. Overall guys, an amazing mod, definitely one I'm keeping installed as it's just going to be a lot of fun to use. The author does say you can only play in third person, but when testing out the mod I seem to be able to go to first person, so maybe it was just updated. Also the mod does have some bugs with some transformations, but it's still a really cool mod and worth trying out. So that is it for today's mods for Skyrim. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. My second vid today is a new Fallout 4 mods, check that out when it's out later today. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description, and with that being said guys, stay awesome, and I will see you all next time.